Uh. All right, everybody. Everybody in the chat, leave a comment where you at. Everybody in the chat, leave me some comments where you at. If you're asking yourself if you love this track, guess what? It's an Adobe stock track, which is one of the things I'm going to be talking about in today's stream. What is up, everybody? Javier Mercedes here. I'm so happy to be here. I'm happy that you are here to join me on this endeavor, showcasing Adobe Premiere Pro and this newest updates that were just announced in Adobe Max. To get things off started, I just want to let you know that I was chosen by Adobe as an Adobe Insider. So throughout this whole month of October, I've been bringing awareness to Adobe Max, and they chose me to showcase some of the awesome features within Adobe Premiere Pro. Let me see. Oh, I see some comments coming in. Max, don't quit your day job. Staying dry in PNW. Hello, Yoni, what's up? We go way back. Brian, how's it going? Awesome. Oh, wait, let me go ahead and throw me on full screen here. Turn that down. Like I was saying, I'm going over Premiere Pro today, and I'm doing a giveaway. So in the description below, you will see a link to a Google form. 3 people I will choose that have attended today's live stream. If you fill out that form, that enters you into the contest. 3 people will be getting a $100 gift certificate to B&H Photo Video, as well as 3 months free subscription to Adobe Creative Cloud. I mean, that just sounds awesome. I would love to get that. I would love to give you those things. So please go into the description, fill out the form so I can have all of those entries. And I will be announcing it within 48 hours via Instagram. Without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into some Adobe Max things, some Premiere Pro things. If anybody attended Adobe Max, please let me know in the chat. It's like one of my first times going live. Got to keep up with the chat here. Sweet lighting and set. Yes. Thank you, Harvey. Brian, man, you always have killer quality. Thank you. I do love my backdrop. I do love me some Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and there's a Nintendo 64. Yeah, you can see that too. I'm always trying to perfect it. All right. So at Adobe Max, there was 350 sessions where you could learn from. I liked personally, there was this lady by the name of Louisa Winters. If you go and check out those sessions, she did a lot of, I would say, beginner to intermediate sessions for Premiere Pro. And I just thought she was a really good teacher in terms of showcasing a whole bunch of features within Premiere Pro. I think she had like 6 or 7 sessions altogether. But on top of that, there's some other amazing sessions there for anything that you would want to learn about any Adobe product. If you went and watched the keynote, I think Conan O'Brien did a pretty awesome job. There's also those neuro filters from Photoshop that looked pretty funny and cool to play around with. And there was, I think on day 2, there was Adobe Max Sneaks. And during that time period, they liked to showcase things that were coming to the software or any of their softwares. And one of the ones I really liked was this thing called, I think, like Sharp Shot or something along those lines. And it was taking blurry video and then making it sharp. So I don't know if that would come to Premiere Pro specifically, and I don't know if it's actually going to come to any of the programs, but they like to preview the stuff that they're working on coming down the pipeline. And when I saw that, I was like, what? This is awesome. What? Got a super chat. Keep it up. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much, Sammy. First super chat. Moving up in the world. Thank you so much, man. All right. So let's go ahead and hop into Premiere Pro. Let me switch over. Transition. Right now, you are currently watching the beta version of Premiere Pro. So some things may be finicky. The beta versions aren't necessarily for mission critical work. Don't count on this to be as solid as the full version of Premiere Pro, but this is currently 14.6, and their beta versions, they update them, I want to say almost daily. If you go up to your Creative Cloud icon, which you can't really see because I'm in front of it, but imagine me clicking the Creative Cloud icon, and let me desktop. Let me transition this over here. There we go. Now you can see it. Right here, you can see the beta versions, and if you want to download the beta versions of any of the Creative Cloud apps that are available, you can go to the little beta apps right here, and I have Premiere Pro Beta and Media Encoder, and like I said, they update these almost daily, so you can always know what to look for. Let me minimize that. And now we are inside Premiere Pro. One of the things that I want to get to before I lose track of time is the new captions workflow within Premiere Pro. Let me see if there's any more. Best YG. Thanks, Noah, for help for Premiere. Your vids are legit. I like using the word legit. I'll probably be using it a lot during this stream. The new captions workflow within Premiere Pro. Right now on the screen, you can see one of my previous videos about slow motion within Premiere Pro. And one of the things that I want to point out is the new captions workflow feature. And I don't know if you can see it very well on the live stream since it's probably a little bit smaller, but right here is the little CC symbol. And if you didn't know, that stands for creative or closed captions. And I was going to say Creative Cloud, but right here I have a .srt file, and I'm going to drag that onto the timeline. And I want you to notice something when I do. Let me go ahead and switch me over here. Give me some more space so you guys can see. Boop. Okay. If you don't know what an SRT file is, it's basically the file where you create the captions in, and then you upload that to things like Facebook, YouTube, and that's what those websites read to go along with your movie file. So you normally create a .srt file to go with your videos so you can have captions. Here's one that I pre-made. I'm going to drop it into the timeline, and boom. Let me go ahead and delete this track. If you can see that, we have, in all its gloriness, gloriness. Yes, there we go. A new way to do captions within Premiere Pro. It's the subtitles line right here. Doesn't it look beautiful? Chris, how's it going, man? Thank you so much for the super chat. Jose, you met me through Noah Kagan. Awesome guy. Hey, Mitch. All right, let me continue here. One of the first things I want to do and showcase to you with these captions is they're probably really small on the window, so you can't really see them. I'm going to make them really big so you can see them on the live stream. Make this window a little bit bigger. I am going to highlight all of my captions here on the track. And once I highlighted them, let me just get rid of, or maybe I can move myself. I'm going to move myself down so you can see things here. Ooh, boom. So right here is in the essential graphics, you can manipulate your captions as opposed to what the new or what the old captions was before. So you can treat them as if they're titles almost. And I'm actually going to bring up my text layer right here. And as you can see, if I make these really big, boom. Now, obviously, you're probably not going to want them that big, but like I said, for the sake of the live stream, I want to make them somewhat bigger so you can see what's going on. Next thing I want to do is let's go ahead and switch this over to one of my favorites, lemon milk. Lemon milk bold. Boom. So if I were to play this back, let me make sure. In the video today, we're going to learn about all the different ways that you can change the speed of your clips in Premiere Pro. How to speed up, slow down, maybe even freeze the video. As you can see, the words themselves are appearing not in the right time. This is nothing to do with the software in Premiere Pro side. It's the way that I created the SRT. It was through an external software, and I want to go in and I want to fix these subtitles so they fit correctly in the timing within Premiere Pro. So another thing that I want to point out too is that I hit play. All the different ways that you can change the speed of your clips in Premiere Pro. Notice over here to the side that the playhead and freeze the video. The words light up as it hits to that caption. I think that's so cool that it does it that way. Okay, so in the video today, I'm going to take the words "we're gonna," delete that. In the video today, maybe I'll zoom in. In the video today. Then I'm going to take this, move it over, move this subtitle over, double click in here, and type, we are going to, and let me just make all of these subtitles just a little bit smaller now so they fit. We are going to learn about all the different ways. Boop. Pop. Did you come for some amazing sound effects from my voice? Because that's what I hope you came for. We are going to learn about all the different ways. So obviously it wouldn't be this big, but again, I just want to make it bigger on the screen for you so you guys can see what's going on. So Max says, can you back up a bit? What SRT file? How did you make? Oh, so again, I made the SRT file on another website. I uploaded that video to the website, got the SRT made, and then brought the captions into Premiere Pro from that external software. I just drag that straight into my Premiere Pro project. So right here, this is an SRT file, and I dragged that SRT file straight onto the timeline. The SRT file already had the time codes for those captions to be on the timeline, and I hope that answers your question, Max. And obviously right now I'm correcting the captions that were previously made so they fit better on the timeline. Let me go back to my text layer here. Another thing to point out is, I want to buy a sound effects pack. Thanks, Harvey. As you move the in and out points of your captions, they will move, the time code is going to move up here. So it automatically adjusts to the time code. To answer the question about the subtitles being baked in, I believe on export, that's something that you would adjust for. I just like how here your subtitles they're treated like they're titles, really. And you can scroll through and have you can adjust all the different things as if they were titles. And I feel like the earlier captions workflow just was clunky and not as graceful as this. Now, don't get me wrong, they are still flushing everything out with this because this is the beta version, but I think it's a great start. And it also is a good segue to talk about how up here, when you do have your captions, I think one of the things that not many people are talking about with this whole workflow is, yes, you can have captions on your video, but just imagine for 1 second, if you could automatically transcribe all of your interviews inside Premiere Pro and then have that transcript above the video track for all of your interviews, thus giving you a searchable place to find any spot in that interview at any point in time. That is some powerful stuff, which is one of the things that they can do with the feature that they're rolling out here called speech to text transcription. I I can't showcase it here, but if you want to join the early access program, if you have the beta, there's a little link right here. I don't have anything in my description about it, but maybe somebody could add it in the chat. What that will do is you can click this and send it up to Adobe Sensei, have the file come back completely transcribed. There's a video by Jason Levine where he actually showcases this in real time, and it has all of the subtitles right on the track. And where I think this is very powerful is the fact that I could search for the word slow. And now my playhead automatically moves to every single time I say the word slow. Can you imagine if you were building a transcript and a producer comes in and says, hey, can we pull up that one spot where we said slow motion? And literally, I can find all of those different spots right with the playhead on the timeline. That's super, super, super powerful, and can lead to so much faster production in terms of the post-production, or I guess in post-production, as opposed to the post-production where you're loading things into like Instagram or Facebook and then just putting the captions on them. One thing to think about where this software could take you in the future. Super excited for their whole speech to text function. Let me check some comments. All right. Love that this makes accessibility easier for video creators. Yes, same here, Aaron. This is an awesome feature. Yep. New Adobe adding text and animation button. Game changing. Speech to text will make search results super powerful. Oh man, search is dope. Yeah. I think the search part is one that not many people are bringing up, but in my experience, when I was working with docs on ESPN, you have to be able to turn around your video drafts really quickly, and a producer will give you a transcript, and in that transcript they might have time codes of the interview and start with said soundbite to said soundbite. Well, with this, now you can quickly just load up all of your interviews, your raw footage in like different timelines. Just go to that timeline and like just search for the thing really quick. It's so powerful. I hope you guys are seeing that. Let me move on to one of my next things. I did move myself down, so you're going to be able to see this. Right up here is quick export, which is a neat little feature that they've added now. I'm going to click on this, and instead of going to Media Encoder or adding anything to the queue, now in the coming down the pipeline, again, this is the beta, they have a quick export button, which will give you a quick way to export something. This is another very powerful feature in terms of, say you already created your video files and you just needed to make a rough draft to send to the client for review, all that kind of stuff. If you already have those parameters, I'm going to go down here in the drop-down menu. There's match source, 4K, HD, 720, all of those things that you would probably just need for a very quick export. It just does it. Let me click it again. And the other parameters that it shows you are H.264, your resolution, the frame rate, what the target bitrate is going to be, VBR versus CBR, all those kinds of things, your total duration, stereo or mono, and your estimated file size. Neat little feature. I mean, there's not much to talk about it other than it's a quick way to do a quick export. Super cool that they've added that new feature within Premiere Pro. See some more comments here. Do I type out my script before recording? Sometimes. I find that for YouTube videos, I try and at least get my intro down. Do you think they'll have this for Audition as well? Wow. All right. I know that some of the people from Adobe are actually watching right now, so that's probably something to take into consideration, especially with podcasting. Could you imagine? Well, I mean, with my own podcast, I was uploading my full transcripts to my website, and I didn't even think about that. That's an awesome feature to think about. Yeah. All right. So those are two things that are in beta. So again, if you want to access the beta, just go up to your Creative Cloud button right here, and that will bring up your little window. And then it's in the little beta apps, and then look at all of these different beta versions that you can test. I know there is there's a forum online where you can actually submit your recommendations for what to bring to Premiere Pro, and you can ask, hey, can you update this, or can you put these other features in? I would like to see this feature. I don't know the exact URL, but I know there is a forum where they do have these discussions. Super helpful. Let me move on to, let me bring up my project. Boom. And I did run a little poll right before this, asking what other features you guys wanted me to go over, and somebody said to do scene edit detection. Right here, I have a previous video where I was showcasing how to make coffee in a minute, and I thought it would be a good one to showcase to you scene edit detection. If you don't know what scene edit detection is, it will automatically go into your video clip and chop it up whenever you change the framing. Super powerful, and why you would want to use this feature is if you were doing something like color correcting, you have a raw file, or you have a master export. Maybe it's something that's like in ProRes and you're handing that off to a colorist. Well, if it's really easy to go through and make sure that you're color correcting the right frames with this scene edit detection. Another part where this really comes in handy is where you're reorganizing clips. Say you have another master export and you're reorganizing your clips for something like social media. You can quickly make a scene edit detection, chop everything up, and then just reorganize your clips. Again, I'll just showcase to you this in real time. Now I'm actually thinking to myself, I should have been talking about that while I was doing the scene edit detection, but we're doing it live. So right here, when you right click underneath speed and duration is scene edit detection, ... Let's click it and see what we get. Automatically detect scene changes in flattened footage. Apply a cut at each detected cut point, create a bin of subclips from each detected cut point, and create a clip marker at each detected cut point. So I'm going to create a bin that's going to appear in my project panel, and I'm going to create a cut. So I'm going to hit analyze, and let's go back to the chat. The Chemical Shed, keep up the good work, man. Stream looks good. Thank you so much for the super chat. Much appreciated. Still analyzing this. Yes. Any other? Let me make sure I'm up to date here. Oh, you're not seeing the window that you're reading. Okay. I think transition. Oops. Well, that window was up. I'm going to move this over to the side, and I'm going to put this over here just so you can see the window. Move this over. The beauty of doing things in live stream. Now, if I click this scene edit detection, let's see if that pops. Yeah, you should see it now. All right. Thanks for keeping me honest, chat. All right. Again, scene edit detection. I just described these. Automatically detect scene changes in flattened footage. Apply a cut at each detected cut point. Create a bin. This, that, and the third. Gonna hit cancel on that. And as you can see, I'll move this back over. It created a cut point at every single edit in the timeline, and look at how good of a job it did. I'm already like calling it. So right here, I made a jump cut. Oh, it's not my same keyboard shortcuts because I'm using beta. I made a jump cut, and it knew that I was making a jump cut. Notice that the framing is almost the same, but it knew I made a jump cut. So it created an edit right there. Gonna move along. Boom. This one's a little bit more obvious, right? Boom. creates an edit. The one that really surprised me when I was doing this before is, boom, on my smooth zoom transition, it even recognized where to cut on my smooth zoom transition, which is like, great job, Adobe. Great job. So that's scene edit detection. Another thing that I want to point out here is over here are all of those sub clips. So let's say I wanted to make these icons a little bit smaller so I can see what's going on. So let's say I wanted to take all of these clips over here, and let's just imagine, let's take a ponder minute for a second and think that you wanted to recreate this for social media, and you just wanted to start taking your clips in and be like, I like this clip. I like that clip. Maybe I like this clip. And now you can just start reorganizing them to shoot however you wanted to with this function. Super cool. All right. I think I kind of want to cap it off right there. 3 functions. Keep this to about 30 minutes. I would like to point out before we get going that Adobe Video has a YouTube channel. It's in the description below, and they have other awesome YouTubers teaching you quickly how to do things in Premiere Pro, Adobe Rush, After Effects. All the things that you would do for Adobe Video is on Adobe Video. Another thing that you could follow is Adobe Video on Instagram and Twitter. I actually got a couple things that I didn't know about from Premiere Gal on their channel the other day. I was like really happy to learn, but it's really cool place to check out some other tutorials. If you like my kind of tutorial style, I'm sure you'll like the footage on there. One thing I want to reiterate is there is the whole giveaway going on in the description below. Make sure you fill out that Google form. I want to give you guys the $100 gift certificate to B&H Photo Video, as well as 3-month subscription to Adobe Creative Cloud. I think, let me make sure I get everything from my notes. Oh, and besides just Adobe Video, there's the 350 sessions that were on Adobe Max. So you can go back and view all of those sessions on Adobe Max. Again, thank you guys so much for showing up. Let me see if there's any more comments here. Are you going to make a video of the new things? Yes, I do have a new video coming out where it will showcase a lot of these things. I'll probably be sitting in this same exact chair, except I won't be able to interact with you live, which is the beauty of doing this live. I think that's about it. I do know I said in the beginning of the live stream that I was going to be doing Adobe Music, so I guess I could kind of bring that up really quick just so you could see that there is now in the Essential Sounds panel, if you go to Browse, they have Adobe Stock Music available to you right inside Adobe Premiere. I've been fooling around with this recently a lot, and I actually find it easier to manipulate the music in the track by just sitting here and hitting play on the music, like the one that I played in the beginning. If you have timeline sync on, it just starts playing in your timeline according to wherever you put your playhead. Obviously, there's nothing on the screen, but you could see it if I had something on the screen, or something in the timeline, rather. Really cool. That's also there. Just want to make sure I talked about it since I was going to talk about it. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thanks everybody for the super chats, tuning in. Hope you had a good time. I had a good time. All right. Bye. Hope you're out there living a life of abundance.